Hello, welcome to the Invincible Extremes Garage. I'm Perry Mason, and today I'll be showing you how to save some money rebuilding your own posi. It's actually very simple. And what I got here is a fairly uncommon 2 series car posi carrier. There's nothing inside it, and I also bought this truck posi carrier that's complete for a very low price. And because truck posis are a dime a dozen, they're also a lot weaker than car posi. As you can see, there's lots of metal missing here. It's held together by this and by this. Whereas a car posi carrier has a very small window in the back and has a lot of metal all around. 2 series, not the strongest, but I have 256 gears that are going in my 67 GTO clone, so that's what's going on. The parts inside of here, the truck carrier, are actually the same part number as the parts inside the car carrier. So I'll be able to reuse all the parts out of here and build up this posi here for a very low price instead of finding one. And in this case, a 2 series posi is kind of hard to find anyway. The 3 series being a little more common and 4 series even more common, it wouldn't be worth doing a swap right here back and forth unless you got the truck posi for very, very cheap like I did. And you need a 2 series carrier like here. But if this is not the case for you, you still get to learn how to rebuild your posi. Alright, the first thing you'll need to do is, obviously, to pull the axles out. This will have to come out. This comes out first. Then, you're going to need a C-clamp to hold everything together. So you start on this end, you take a punch, brass punch, whatever, and slowly start working the spring plates out. Until it starts coming out this end. Remember, sometimes these are 400-pound springs, so they're under a lot of tension. As it starts coming out, clamp it. There's also holes right here where you could just put a bolt through and just hold everything together. As soon as you get this out, I highly recommend using wire or like a really thin bolt. It's got to be thinner than 5/16, so a 1/4 inch to hold it together, and then you can slide it out. Once they're out of the carrier, they don't expand very far, so you could release the tension and pull it out. Then you need to do, you could rotate just like a regular open carrier. You rotate the spider gears through, pull them out. There should be a little shim right under. Don't lose the shim, they need it. It's kind of like a bearing for them. And as you can see, the 1 gear fell right out. Keep all the clutch packs together. You can see the cross hatching on this is very good. It doesn't have too much use. Make sure you get all the little pieces. These sit in these little holes up top. Now, this is proof, so you can see with your own 2 eyes. This is a 65 Chevelle axle, 30 spline, which is the same as just a little bit shorter than the 30 spline axle for a 69 Chevelle, but they're the same splines. As you can see, it fits right in. Alright, now I'm pulling out the bottom one. The first one kind of fell out, but good way to, it all comes out in one piece. Again, these things are key. show you in a second exactly what they do. You line up all the little clutch packs, kind of like a motorcycle clutch. See, there's 2 on each end, and they just kind of hold it all together. The way this works is everything with the tab is smooth, and so it sits still in relation to the carrier. Everything without a tab has teeth on the inside and engages the individual gears. So as the gears spin, they want to spin against the clutch pack, basically. And the clutch pack offers resistance just like a regular car clutch. And so you can take a corner, the 2 wheels can spin at different rates, but if you're doing a burnout and one wheel's spinning really fast, this creates a lot of friction on the clutch plates and it forces the other wheel to pick up. It's a very, very simple mechanism. Alright, now to assemble this exact setup on a different carrier, just make sure all the clutch packs are lined in, and slowly just kind of wiggle it on there. And as you can see, it offers resistance even without any preload. This spring side is what offers preload. Now, put the second one in. Do the same thing. Make sure the 2 spacers are there. And all the clutch packs are lined up with the little things. Slide it in. And it just goes in, just like that. And it's that simple. Now the spider gears, make sure you don't forget the little thing in the back. Kind of tricky. Drop them in, and you spin it around. Easier way is to line it up with the hole in the bottom. Then drop in the other one in the polar opposite direction. Spin the entire thing. Nope, lost it. Now all I gotta do is spin it back. Okay. Drop it. Try again. And you can do a couple different tries, and until the crosspin. Until the crosspin is able to go all the way through. And when it goes through, that's when you know your spider gears are assembled. You pull it out.
No. Papa, there's Sino. Okay.
And you set it on its end. Because now, you gotta put this in. As you can see with the tension released, it is much taller than that. So, that's where a C-clamp comes in. Now to install, see you got the spider gears in, they're all lined up, everything's perfect. To install the actual tension plates, or whatever they're called, preload plates, doesn't have to be pretty, you just have to squeeze the springs together. You just gotta watch out and not lose your eye, because these are under a lot of tension. And force them in there. Don't be too hard on them because they're not not very heavy duty. As you can see, I pushed them too far in. They don't quite line up with the center pin hole, so I just got to push them back some. Alright. At which point, once I get a ring gear and all that assembled to it, this hole faces this way. This, as always, for GM, uses a 1/2-inch bolt, or a 1/2-inch head on a specialized retainer bolt. I'm not going to tighten it because I'll have to pull it out to put my axles in anyway once I press new bearings on it. But there you go. That is a completed car posi. You're using all the parts out of a truck posi, which in America anyway are a dime a dozen, and I can see why the truck posis aren't as strong as the car posis. These are both 12 bolts, both 30 spline. Here is a axle that is out of my 65 Chevelle. 12 volt. There you go. As you can see, it's in there, and it works with the truck spider gears. So there you go. Hope you learned something. Maybe it'll save you some money like it did me. Maybe it won't. Maybe you're fry your posi and you just need another one. You don't want to pay 200 bucks for a complete pack of clutches. Find a good used truck posi, throw the clutches in.